Can you tell us about the mouse fence?
I can tell you a little bit about it, yes. Southeast Tasmania, one of the challenges is there's a good population of house mice living out in the paddocks. It's a challenge for the industry. You can imagine the reaction of the consumer if they get a mouse in their bag of salad, or worse, a part of a mouse. We've been looking, we think, quite proactively at ways we can manage that. One of the things that we've looked at is this mouse fence. So we've got a 6.5mm mesh here. We've got an outrigger on top of the fence to prevent the mice from climbing up and over. And this fence we've put around about a 4-kilometre perimeter around this property, which is about 50 hectares. It's not a silver bullet, because there are always going to be places, there'll be gaps where mice can find a way through. We have an open gateway. There's part of the perimeter which is not covered by the fence. But what we have learned from this is that we can manage the movement of mice. CSIRO would refer to this as a drift fence. So when they're talking about invasive animals, probably not the right terminology, but this is an accepted practice, I suppose, in managing wildlife is a drift fence. Really interesting on this, because this is only part of the journey that we've been on, and we're still trying to evaluate, would we continue to do this as we expand? This might work well in a model where we've got a discrete site where we could fully enclose it, but we might want to produce crops on satellite sites in a short term, in 1 season, 2 seasons, and then move on to manage rotation. And obviously we're not going to make an investment in a permanent structure like this in that scenario. So, you know, we're also looking at other techniques. Might have talked earlier about the fact that we're looking at putting vision systems into our harvesting, our handling processes to look for foreign bodies so that we can remove them or isolate that product. We're going to be moving forward with that this coming season at harvest, so we're pretty excited about that. We've done a little bit of work as well using drones to evaluate the effectiveness of this fence, and just to try and understand also the movement of the mice in and out of the production areas. So I guess this is what I was referring to earlier, that innovation isn't necessarily always high-tech. It might be relatively low-tech and fairly practical.
And you need complementary technology to go with it to make it effective.
Or an opportunity to evaluate how effective it is.
How effective it is.
Yeah.
Great.